Courtrooms can be a very anxious and heart-stopping place, but that's where Judge Caprio walks in. He's probably the kindest judge out there, with his humanity coming before any harsh verdicts. Here's 5 moments with Judge Caprio that might make your heart melt. Number 1. A 93-year-old World War II veteran named Mr. Manzo found himself in an unusual predicament, standing before Judge Frank Caprio for his very first traffic citation.
Good morning, sir. Mr. Manzo.
Yep.
You have a red light violation on Pleasant Valley Parkway. Do you remember this?
Well, in fact, I went and investigated 4 or 5 times. I was wrong, no question about it. I made a right-hand turn, and that's the first violation I've gotten in 72 years of driving.
In a touching scenario at Providence Municipal Court, Mr. Manzo, a patriotic Navy veteran who had served in the Pacific during the conflict, had made an unlawful right turn, an apparently innocuous crime.
Look up my record.
I'm going to look it up. Mr. Manzo, I'll ask you a question. Monitor here indicates that you are 93 years old.
Right?
You
World
doing it?
War II veteran, spent 29 months in the Pacific.
What happened in the courtroom was everything from typical. In addition to acknowledging his fault, Mr. Manzo used the chance to speak about his experiences throughout the conflict as he made his case.
Where were you in the
I
Pacific?
was in the Navy.
You were in the Navy?
Yep.
How long did you serve?
I served 3 years. 1943, February, on my 17th birthday, I joined the Navy, and I didn't come back for 3 years.
As he retold stories of bravery and friendship from the Pacific theater, his eyes glittered with recollections.
Tell me about your experiences during the war.
Well, I was on board ship, a battleship, and we were in many battles, many of them. The worst one I seen was Iwo Jima. That was terrible. We lost more Marines in that invasion than I think any other war outside of the Battle of the Bulge. That was the worst that's ever. You couldn't believe how bad that was.
You were there?
I was there. Yes, I was.
Judge Caprio, who's renowned for his kindness and empathy, carefully listened to Mr. Manzo's tales and praised his exceptional driving record spanning more than 72 years.
I would really dismiss your case outright anyway. And it's not going to go on your record, but I'm not going to have you pay anything of this. I have a gentleman who sent me a check for $50. He said his father was a World War II Navy veteran, and please use this to honor him and his service as a veteran. And you were a World War II Navy veteran as well. I'm going to use this check. This is from Anthony Christensen.
The judge acknowledged that this was a unique situation and expressed his appreciation for Mr. Manzo's contributions to the country. Number 2. A woman presented Judge Frank Caprio with a special situation in a courtroom scenario that was packed with sympathy and understanding.
So you're charged with going through a red light on Waterman and Gano. Do you remember this?
I was actually working at the time.
Where do you work?
The Whiskey Republic on the weekends.
What do you do?
I bartend.
How are the tips?
They're okay.
At a time when she was already negotiating a challenging position, she was struggling with the weight of a right turn violation fine. She had to move out since her roommate was expecting a baby, which put additional burden on her already limited finances.
Trying to get in a new place. My roommate's pregnant, so I have to move out, so I'm trying to save every bit.
Oh, she's pushing you out.
Yeah, get the boot.
She gave her version of the events while the courtroom video showing her car performing the unlawful right turn was being shown. She described with tears how a valet from her place of employment had her car keys on the day of the incident. She had not been operating the vehicle when the violation had occurred.
I wasn't actually driving, I was working too. That must have been valet. They have access to our keys.
Judge Caprio summoned his daughter to his desk and compassionately showed her the footage of the infraction.
Marissa, come up here. Come up here. Come on. Come on. Now, Marissa, you saw the video, right?
No,
You didn't see it?
I was in the corner over there.
Oh, we're going to look at it.
He realized the woman's particular circumstance and the financial difficulty she was going through. He turned to the woman and directly inquired as to what they ought to do. She made a sincere plea for the ticket to be thrown out.
So, what do you think I should do?
Dismiss it.
Dismiss it.
Because if it was the valet, then,
Oh, I see, on that basis. Okay.
and also she's going through some financial hardship, so.
So your heart goes out to her.
Judge Caprio, who's renowned for his compassion and empathy, was moved by her situation and approved her plea.
It's a judgment I would have made as well. The matter is dismissed.
One of the ones
Thank
that
you.
was rather
Good luck.
Have a good night.
Number 3. Madison Barber was in front of Judge Frank Caprio in a touching courtroom scenario for running a red light.
Morning, Madison.
Good morning.
Who are these two pretty little girls?
These are my babies.
So what are their names?
Savannah and Iris.
Savannah, who's Savannah?
Right here.
Savannah and Ira, huh?
The fact that Madison attended the hearing with her two gorgeous daughters, Savannah and Iris, set it apart from others. As Madison came before the judge noticed her daughters' innocent inquirers. The little ladies joyfully ascended the platform when Judge Caprio, known for his friendly manner, invited them.
Come up here.
Sorry.
Come here. All right, you want to tell us your name again?
Savannah.
And you are 7 years old?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The judge gave the youngsters a kind smile as he described the specifics of their mother's offense to make sure they understood. Then he made a humorous inquiry to Savannah, the eldest of the two.
You have to pay attention because this is very important, okay? Your mother is charged with going through a red light, and she was 1/10 of a second more than she was supposed to be when she went through the light.
Should their mother be charged $85 for the violation? To everyone's amazement, Savannah nearly responded $85, with the naivety only a youngster could have. The courtroom was filled with laughter, including Madison, who was surprised by her daughter's open answer.
Should I charge her $85 or should I give her a break?
85. Wait.
$85, okay, that takes care of that. All right, the next one is, all right, you're going to be a good judge. All right, so $85 for that.
In order to ensure justice, Judge Caprio gave Savannah the incident's footage and requested her frank feedback. To everyone's surprise, Savannah decided to rebel against her mother.
We're going to look at a video, and your mother was supposed to stop before she made a turn, okay? All right, let's take a look. Here's the car right there. Okay.
She passed it.
She passed it? Did she stop?
No.
No.
Yes, it She
So,
thinks because the
wait
light
a
was
minute.
red.
Do you agree with your sister?
Yes.
Yes. So I got 2.
Judge Caprio outlined the problem once more and asked if they should give Madison a break while the courtroom held its breath. In a touching turn of events, Iris and Savannah nodded in accord, and Madison was allowed to leave without being fined.
All right, so those 2 are going to be dismissed. It was going to cost you a total of $100.
Okay.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Number 4. Gladys Rodriguez, who was charged with a whopping 9 offenses, including speeding tickets and red light violations, had to confront Judge Frank Caprio in a somber courtroom environment.
Good morning.
Gladys, what are we going to do with you? What are we going to do with you? Look at this innocent little girl, Inspector Quinn. She has 9 violations, 9 red lights and speeding. Gladys, what do? Do you work?
Yes, I work for a staffing agency. I'm a recruiter.
The mood was tense as she bravely described to the judge her situation. Gladys disclosed she had been imprisoned in an abusive relationship and had gone through indescribable suffering. Her desperation to get away from her tormentor and protect her daughter from harm led to some of her crimes. As the seriousness of her predicament became apparent, the courtroom fell into an eerie quiet.
My explanation to those tickets, I dealt with a domestic violence relationship. I ate a lot of those lights, running away from somebody that used to chase me with my daughter.
How old is your daughter?
9.
Is she living with you?
Yeah, she's in school right now.
Judge Caprio, who's renowned for his caring approach to justice, listened carefully as he acknowledged the traumatic experiences Gladys had gone through. Judge Caprio gave Gladys some information in an act of extraordinary generosity that would change her life. He disclosed that 3 kind people had sent the court checks in confidence that he would use them for cases like Gladys's.
I can understand you're going through some difficulty in life, so we're going to try to help you out. Okay? There are in this country, in this world, some very generous people and some very compassionate and understanding people. And I receive correspondence from all over the world every week. Many of the correspondence enclose checks from people who want to help other people because they have become familiar with the court proceedings here.
Gladys felt tremendous relief and appreciation as her fines were paid, relieving her of a tremendous financial load.
Relax. You feel better now? Okay. Can you afford the 125?
Number 5. A woman who had problems with her car registration appeared before Judge Frank Caprio in a courtroom that was tense and overrun with paperwork. She couldn't park her cars in the lot of her present house since they were registered in another state.
Well, you have an awful lot of tickets here, Jacqueline.
Yes. I moved to that address on June the 1st. I am not allowed to park in the parking lot because my plates is not from Rhode Island yet. I'm having a little issue of transferring my plate.
She parked on the street for a month while the procedure to replace her license plates was in progress, receiving violation after violation. She was unable to contain her tears any longer as the judge inquired about her health and learned that she had lately experienced a miscarriage. Her suffering was obvious, and everyone in the courtroom could see how she was feeling.
I think it was like July the 15th. They just started giving tickets. My car is still parking in the street, and I haven't gotten a ticket.
Okay, first of all, I know you're from Pennsylvania, right?
My plates are. I used to live here before.
Okay, so
That was a difficult timing for me.
you've been having some difficult times?
Yeah, because I just lost a baby. I was 3 months pregnant and I lost the baby. So my friends will come in and visit me just to keep me like up notch.
Judge Caprio, who's renowned for his compassion and comprehension, understood the extent of her anguish. He made the compassionate choice to pay her accrued fines with the charity checks he had available.
I have the fortune to reach people all over this country, actually all over the world, through social media and through television. And some of the stories here are so compelling that people who are very generous, who have good hearts and understanding, have sent in checks saying, please use these for someone who you think is worthy. So I'm going to use their generosity to pay for your fines. I'm going to reduce the fines to $200.
Thank you.
That's it for today's video. If you like watching similar content, do check out my other video, Dumbest Criminals Caught on Camera, and I hope to see you in the next video.